and to oppress many Ugandans. I thank all of you who have participated in this protracted battle. It has not been easy. We have lost many of our colleagues, including Dr. Kizza Besigye's own brother, the late Sas, who were the first victims of this oppressive instrument called the General Court-Martial. The first person to be court-martialed was Dr. Kizza Besigye in 2005. And he is the last to appear before that same instrument. After a protracted battle of 20 years. Just to give you a bit of history, it was in 2005, upon his return from South Africa, that General Kaguta Museveni, after expressing his indignation at the way the conventional courts were dispensing justice in accordance with the Constitution, which himself he birthed, decided to come up with this kangaroo court. He enacted the UPDF Act to operationalize, ostensibly to operationalize the 1995 constitutional provision that had given mandate to Parliament to come up with a law to regulate the UPDF deployment, discipline, management, and so on and so forth. That is Article 210. But unfortunately, Parliament exceeded this mandate and created this outfit called the General Court-Martial under the provisions of Section 197 of the UPDF Act 2005, specifically to satisfy Mr. Museveni's desire of having a different criminal justice regime outside the orthodox one which is provided for under the Constitution. Justice Ogola at that time, who was the principal judge, made some poetic statement about the situation that obtained at that time. You recall very well the famous raid, the famous statement about the raid made by the black members at the courts of law. That statement, which reverberates all through our jurisprudence up to the present moment, informed the need for us to sustainably fight this battle. He called it the rape of the temple of justice, the desecration by the black members. Why the invasion? Because they were just exercising their mandate given under the Constitution to dispense justice without fear or favor, ill will or affection, and without any bias. Specifically implementing Article 28 of the Constitution, which talks about two things: the right to a fair trial and also civil liberties. And when you go to Article 44, the right to fair trial is non-derogable. We craved for a moment when the judiciary would rise to the occasion and pronounce themselves unequivocal on this matter. We are glad finally on the 31st day of January, they came out boldly. And in his own statement, the Chief Justice said, time has come for the judiciary to make a sober decision. I think it was in line with the notion of judicial activism. Sober decision reflecting on the spirit of the Constitution as embodied in the preamble and looking at the history of this country. So we commend them for the bold decision they took and for the pleasant surprise they gave to the nation. I'm sure many Ugandans did not see this coming, including myself. We are very, very skeptical about it. But it's because of our continued and sustained struggle, resilience and tenacity that we had to push this up to the point where we are today. A few things need to be clarified. Now, before I do that, allow me to restate this, re-echo this statement we made here, that we are determined at Katonga here to dismantle all the tools General Kaguta Museveni is using to entrench a personal role, a family role. And we are glad one of the tools now, one of the arms, one of the weapons he has been using has crumbled. Now, we are glad. And what makes it more exciting is that it has come ahead of time, because our expectation was that by end of the year, we'll have brought down this instrument. But just after 1 month, because we made the announcement in January, then 31st January, we are done with that. We have achieved that mileage. It's a huge, huge achievement. We must celebrate. A few clarifications before we give you the way forward. One,